Hey, this is Michelle. I had a couple of requests for my homemade or handmade modeling paste, and so I just thought I'd do a quick video and show you the difference between store-bought and handmade modeling paste. So the recipe calls for a half a cup of gesso. I just use Liquitex Basics, a quarter cup of Mod Podge or any type of medium that's like that. I just use Mod Podge because it's cheap. And then 1 cup of baby powder. I used the talc baby powder. You can use cornstarch as well. I've used both. And then you just mix it up and it becomes at first it seems kind of chunky still, but it smooths right out and it's a perfect consistency for using with stencils or even just directly on your page, which I like to use it both ways. I think I use it more just directly on my page even than through stencils these days. But anyhow, you're going to mix it until it becomes about the consistency of frosting, I would say. And I'll show you in just a minute a close-up. I do take it and put it in a little container just because I like to travel with it, but that's the consistency it should be. And once you get it to that and you move it into an airtight container, it will last for a really, really long time. Okay, so I decided since I made them, I would get the modeling paste and the store-bought modeling paste and kind of do a side-by-side comparison. I have Liquitex modeling paste and then I just put some watercolor down so you can see what it looks like on color and then on white. So I'm just using like one of those store, the little rewards cards from stores, and spreading it the same consistency on the handmade as I do on the store-bought. And then I thought I would use another stencil, and then I'm like, no, I'm just going to show you directly on the page what it's going to look like. And then I get a stencil just to put some marks in it so you can see what it will look like, and that's basically it. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the Liquitex. And I will say, I'm not sure if my Liquitex is starting to dry out, but it was really hard. Like I couldn't use the reward card with it. I had to get a palette knife out, as you'll see, and spread it across with that. But it does work, and you'll see. The end result is very, very, very similar. And in my last video, when I talked about the spongy effect, that was the, I think it's soft modeling paste from Golden. That's the one that I don't really care for. So I'm just putting about the same layer on as I did the other. And you'll see when I push that through, I can't get as good of an imprint. I think it's because it's either a little dried out or that's just the difference in the two. So now I'm just going to dry them both, and you'll see I dry them until they poof up. I don't know why. I think I'm just like a kid. It's kind of like popping those bubbles in bubble wrap. So I just want to see all that dimension. And again, it's just for art journaling, just my journal. It's not anything that's going by any means in a museum or anything like that. So I'll do the same thing with the handmade side. And then just kind of showing you a side-by-side comparison. And then I decided to get some watercolors and put that over top of dried texture paste, modeling paste, just so you can see what that will look like too. And those are just Daniel Smith watercolors. And so that's the homemade, and that's the Liquitex. Not a huge difference for the cost. And most of us have the ingredients already because of other art projects, so it's a win-win. Anyhow, the recipe is in the description box, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much. Bye.